Welcome to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, how are you today?
I'm just fine. Thank you for being here with me today so we could talk provide the viewers with some very, very interesting topics. And one that I want to address, we had mentioned this in the other show, and that is caring for aging parents.
Yes, let's talk about that, Freeman, because there's a lot of people in our viewing audience today that might have parents that are up in age and that need to make some decisions. So how often are you hearing questions about care for the elderly, if you will?
As a matter of fact, I asked this particular question whenever I have my consultation with my clients. I asked them, I said, do you have any aging parents? Well, my parents are deceased, or one of my parents are alive. I said, now, are you participating financially in the care of your parent? Are your siblings participating along with you? Who's the primary caregiver? I mean, this, this is something that we boomers have to consider, the fact that, do we want to be dependent upon our children, our grandchildren?
Yeah.
Is it a reluctance to burden our children with these kind of particular problems, or are our parents looking at us like, I really don't want to be dependent upon my adult children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some talking that has to be done between you and your parents.
Absolutely. That's important, because I think a lot of people that are going through this right now, they may not know the proper steps to take to make sure that their parents are cared for. And you touched on a very important topic. Obviously, a lot of people, like you mentioned, they don't want to be a burden to their children, but they also think that they're fine on their own. Let's talk a little bit about that. When you know that someone's parents definitely need to have a little bit of help, how do you help guide them in the right direction, Freeman?
Well, you can see, you ask them, are their cognitive abilities beginning to diminish? And sometimes I said this for children too. You know your parents better than I do, okay? And is there safety and their health in danger? You're around them, okay? The bottom line is, do you have a plan?
Yeah.
Just Ask Freeman. Get some long-term care coverage. Call us at 833-414-7233. Okay, call today. Just Ask Freeman and inquire. Now, in addition to that inquiry, I want you to get a consultation. Complimentary. We need to look at the overall plan, which includes aging parents. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because you may be the only one that they can depend on.
Yeah.
They had the reluctance of dependence on you as an adult and as a boomer. But the thing is, you have to, as the caregiver or potential caregiver, all right, talk to your parents and try to do that soon. Medical care decisions have to be made. The financial planning have to be done. Estate planning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure that you get all the documents necessary. Health coverage, life insurance. Help them protect their assets. Well, if you want to know, just ask Freeman. Freeman will help you make arrangements. All right? Even if they live alone.
Okay.
To take care of some of these items I just discussed here briefly. Expectations.
Sure.
What do you expect from your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you expect? What do they expect from you? That is so critical. So, again, just askfreeman.com. Call us and get a complimentary consultation. Also, I'd like for you to get this book, too, in preparation for your retirement and how your dollars may be spent in helping out your aging parents. Ring us at 833-414-7233. Just ask Freeman. It's just that simple. And developing a personal data record.
Yes, that's important. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Because a lot of times with your parents specifically, they're private. They don't want to share things like account informations or balances. So how do you help navigate through that when you need to have that information?
I have a big list.
Okay.
Just like when you get your consultation, we go through an itemized listing of your assets, your expenditures. Well, the same way, preparing a personal record for your parents.
Okay.
Financial institutions and information, bank accounts, investment accounts, real estate holdings, your will, power of attorneys, living trust. I even recommend some attorneys that we have a consortium with to deal with the advanced directives, power of attorneys, pool of wills, different types of trust. All right. Now, the funeral and burial plans. There's a decision where they may disclose that to me, but I've seen a number of burial plans now. There's cremation. Okay, I've seen a number of boomers whose parents have passed, and they utilize cremation rather than burial plots and all the monies for the caskets and so on.
Okay.
We want to know about healthcare providers, who are the doctors,
Okay.
medications, medical history. So see, this is preparation.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
The policy numbers from various insurances, life insurance, annuities, investment type programs, or I should say your statements.
Okay.
Okay. The names and phone numbers of the professional service providers.
Okay.
That's critical. Safe deposit boxes. Need keys. And you want to write down the location of these documents and any relevant account numbers and make copies of these documents. Something else we might want to consider too. Where your parents want to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do they want to stay in the home? Care provide coming in? Yeah.
Yeah. They live, well, they depend on how healthy they are. And as your parents grow older, they might go, they say, well, I'll deal with assisted living, and there's living, and there is steps to go from senior living, 55 plus, to assisted living, to, what's the other one?
Well, nursing homes.
Nursing home.
Yeah.
Which may have these tiers in them, up to hospice. See, that's the thing. Or parents might say, no, I want to live with you. Now, you're retired. How are you going to deal with that additional expense? It's almost like having your children come back home.
Sure.
All right. And now you've got your parents there who they're going to have particular needs, which could be maybe costly or maybe not. It depends on you. This decision impacts your entire family. So it's best to talk to your siblings and other family members to discuss what mom and dad going to do as they age, and they're aging now. What can you do to monitor their, not only the behavior, but their physicality, or can they walk without assistance? Are they able to bathe themselves? Are they able to
cook?
Yeah. And now I saw this true story. My mother deteriorated, and the dementia fell in place. But fortunately, we had a little plan going on there so that we could take care of her particular needs. And she aged. So personally, I've had that experience.
Absolutely.
With aging parents.
I have too, Freeman, and this is the perfect time for us to go ahead and open up the phone lines to the viewers at home. Can you tell them what they can expect to receive by calling in?
Okay. When you call in, you'll have a complimentary, consultation. We're going to do it virtually, all right? Here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to get your Social Security statement. Go to ssa.gov. I want you to download it, print it out. We're going to get your Social Security report. I also would like for you to provide with me or go over with me the income-producing statements that you have. We're going to do an in-depth, comprehensive, cost-efficient, and tax-efficient plan for you. So you'll have the peace of mind knowing that your money is safe and it guarantees income. Your income-producing assets will guarantee you an income you can't outlive, alrighty? And if you're married, even spousal continuation, which is neat, all right? Call us, just ask Freeman, 833-414-7233. Call today, right now. Just ask Freeman, 833-414-7233. I'm having a good time with this stuff.
I am too, Freeman. Thank you so much. To the viewers at home, the phone lines are now open. That number to call is 833-414-7233. Remember, just ask Freeman. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back after this very short commercial break.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
And welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, a great show that we're having today, talking about such an important topic, preparing for when your parents are getting up in age. And I love what you mentioned in our first segment about how family members should collectively come together to have a plan that everyone agrees on.
Yes.
Because it is important. You can't make a decision that maybe your siblings are going to disagree with. It's going to start a family war, if you will.
Yeah, you've got to get the cooperation from siblings. Some, well, that's mom and dad's problem, and then some come together and form a coalition, and aging mom or dad are looked after 24/7. I've got a family member very close to me. They had a routine. All 5 siblings, parents didn't go without care 24/7, and they all cooperated. See, that's the beauty of the aging parent. They didn't. I saw them. They felt safe.
Yeah.
The parents did, and I saw my mother. She felt safe that I would do the right thing. See. That's right. So we can get caregiver support groups.
Okay.
Adult daycare.
Okay.
Which one hand it in.
Sure.
And if nursing home is necessary, we can get guidelines, even at the state level. Okay. And free and low-cost advice.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to kind of flip the switch a little bit here.
Okay.
We talked about a tax-efficient way to take a distribution from a retirement plan.
Yep, absolutely. Let's talk about that.
All right. Well, if you want to know, just ask Freeman. Here's why. We forget that the money that we save in a 401k or IRA is going to be taxed on the way out. And I think one of our shows we talked about the Roth, how to establish a Roth IRA where the distribution is tax-free,
Okay.
and we pay the taxes up front. Okay. Let's talk about the RMD.
Okay.
Nightmares.
Yes.
Some folks, they make mistakes. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Let me define RMD.
Okay. Perfect.
RMD is referred to as required minimum distribution, or I should say, a mandatory withdrawal
Okay.
from your pre-tax instruments. The Treasury Department wants you to take out a certain percentage at attained age annually,
Okay.
and it increases. Excuse me. Now, you've been saving for years in your IRA, you've been saving for years in that 401k or TSP. Now, it's time to take that mandatory withdrawal.
Okay.
Now, the new rules are as of January 1st of last year, 2020. All right? What happened was that the new rule says that, hey, if you're 70 and a half prior to January of last year, you have to continue taking your RMDs. Now, if you are 70 and a half after January of last year, your new distribution age is 72.
Much easier to remember.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. All right. Now, some folks take their RMDs at the wrong time.
Okay.
Now, if you take your RMD, let me give you this question.
Okay.
Here's a question that a lot of folks ask me. I'm going to be 72 this year. Can I take my RMD next year? You can. But you got to do it before April 1st of the following year, or you end up with 2 taxable events.
Wow. Okay.
Because the money's coming out of the IRA or the 401k or the TSP has never been taxed. So you don't want to have 2 taxable events within that year.
Sure.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Cindy, suppose you don't take the RMD,
What if you forget?
or you forget.
Yeah. What happens?
Just ask Freeman.
Freeman, what happens?
Here's what happens. You don't take that RMD in a timely manner. You can be assessed 50% on the amount that you did not take out.
50%.
50% penalty.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
Right. Okay. Also, even down to withdrawing the wrong amount.
Yeah.
You could get penalized because this information is the information from your pre-tax instruments, IRAs, 401ks, TSPs, 403bs. This information is given to IRS.
Okay. So they have
All right.
Okay.
That and it's provided to IRS 12/31 of each year, the market value of your pre-tax monies. And when it's time to take that RMD, folks make a lot of mistakes. Just ask Freeman, here's what happens. You want to avoid this mistake? You all can see this in my book, The 10 IRA Mistakes and the Tax Traps. Here's one of them.
Okay.
We've got 2 IRAs and an employer-sponsored retirement account. We think that we can take from the employer-sponsored retirement account enough of the withdrawal to cover the required amount that's supposed to come out of the IRA or the IRAs. Let's say we have 3 pre-tax instruments.
Okay.
That doesn't work that way. You have to take the required amount, that withdrawal, okay, based on your life expectancy, all righty, such that you take the funds from the pre-tax dollars from the 401k or the TSP, and you can take enough of a withdrawal from one of the IRAs to satisfy both IRAs. But you cannot do that with the employer-sponsored retirement account.
Okay.
Okay. That's why the RMD rules differ for IRAs and 401ks. Okay. Something else, too. neglecting to take RMDs from the Roth 401ks. Even though you don't have to take the RMDs from the Roth, you must take them from the Roth 401ks. Employer. See, the control that the employer has. Your own individual Roth, no RMD.
Wow.
The tax-free distribution.
Freeman, this is the perfect time for us to pause and open up the phone lines
Okay.
to the viewers at home. Can you tell them what they can expect to receive quickly by calling in today?
Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Get your complimentary consultation. I want you to go to ssa.gov, download, print out your Social Security statement. I want to come together with you and do an hour consultation, bring your income-producing assets. Don't be afraid to open the envelope.
Exactly.
Some folks that come and say, Freeman, I don't want to see the statements. I
Yeah.
lost too much money. I open the
Yeah,
envelopes
you
for
look
you.
at it, yeah.
I opened them for them. I said, okay, we will do a comprehensive, tax-efficient way for you to receive the distribution from your hard-earned assets. All right? We want to receive the distributions such that you have that peace of mind, you have guaranteed income that you cannot possibly outlive. All righty? So
Perfect.
just ask Freeman. Now, we're going to take a break here in just a moment. We're going to invite phone calls. Oh, and also, when you become a client, I want you to get my book, complimentary to you, 10 IRA mistakes and the tax traps that are associated with those mistakes. All righty? Again, just askfreeman.com. So we'll take a break here momentarily.
Freeman.
And then we'll be right back. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. That was your shot.
Thank you so much. to the
Let's take
viewers.
these phone calls.
The number to call is 833-414-7233. As Freeman said, just ask Freeman and don't go away. We'll be right back.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place, then help determine if you are well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision. So why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you are getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, a wonderful show we're having today talking about, number one, caring for your parents that are aging, and then number two, we went into the required minimum distribution nightmares, if you will. Have you had any stories in the office recently of people that have had some RMD situations that had gone wrong? Can you share those with us today?
Yeah, some have. See, the thing is, I had mentioned earlier that we're educated, but was not privy to estate planning, retirement planning, and income planning. Folks have made the mistake of not even taking the RMD, and then they get a letter. You don't get a phone call from IRS. You get a letter. Hey, look, you're supposed to take a mandatory withdrawal now from your, and I'm going to use the vernacular, qualified plans, 401ks, TSPs, IRAs, pre-tax monies. Folks realize that they get a 50% penalty too, because see, it's like no excuse. You know you're supposed to take RMD. Well, folks don't know. Some of them really, honestly, do not know they're supposed to take out a certain percentage each and every year once they reach that eligibility age. Now at 72, if you were not 70 and a half prior to last year.
Okay.
All right. So they sleep it. And that's a big, big mistake because it's a costly penalty, 50%. And you're taxed on, not only you're taxed on the money you're supposed to take out, there's that additional 50% of the amount you're supposed to take out. So that's two.
Wow.
It's like a
Yeah.
tax bite that can be avoided.
Okay.
Now, what I do for my clients, just ask Freeman. I make sure you get your RMD. We set it up automatically, whether you want the monthly payment, quarterly, semi-annual, or annually. Get a nice check each year annually for the grands. You want to, like I do, I just spend the RMD on the grandkids.
Sure.
All right. But the thing is, just ask Freeman. Let me tell you what we got to offer here. Number one, I want you to get a complimentary, consultation. We'll do it virtually, safe. All right. Go to the website ssa.gov and download your Social Security statement, print it out. I will generate a report from those parameters on that statement. Number two, I want you to bring your income producing assets, statements, or whatever you need. We're going to supplement Social Security with guaranteed income for some of your money, not all, but some, all right? So I want you to do that and call us at 833-414-7233. I gave you a little bit of homework. Just ask Freeman, all right? We'll take care of helping you avoid costly mistakes when it comes to your RMD. I want you to have, when you become a client, 10 IRA mistakes and how to avoid the tax cuts, or I should say not tax cuts, but the
Tax traps.
traps. Excuse me. And avoid those traps. And it's very important. Again, call us at 833-414-7233. Now, when we get to this part, Cindy, as always, I look at the clock on the wall and I say, our time is just about going away.
I can't believe it. It goes by so fast.
And we're just starting. I mean, we've got so much that we can offer. And Cindy, I want to thank you so much for being my partner here. This show is so vital to those viewers out there. I see it happening, and I've seen the phone calls come in. And so I'm going to leave it all up to you in your hands to close this out till we meet next week.
Well, Freeman, I have to say it is an honor to be on the show with you. Thank you for having me each week. I always look forward to it. To the viewers at home, we know you have a lot of questions for Freeman, so please keep those questions coming. Questions about retirement, Social Security, all of the above. The number to call is 833-414-7233. Thank you for spending time with us again this week. As Freeman says, just ask Freeman. He's one phone call away. Be safe, be happy, be blessed. We'll see you back here again next week. Same time, same location. Take care now.
All right.